Hey guys, I'm HB, this is Dr. Pink, and today's topic is sophisticated blues guitar. Ooh. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button, and also join the HPCrazy Guitar Academy with a free member account or a premium membership if you want to download all files coming with the lessons. So, how does this sound? I mean, there are many probably perceptions of what sophisticated blues guitar shall be, but it's this. We can talk about this. And so on. The thing which you're talking about today is not so much the licks which I played, but the concept. Because this is a more complex blues form, and we're gonna follow the chords, and we also choose different kind of scales and modes, and just concepts. As I said, so sophisticated stuff. And in order to really follow the chords, you need to know the chords. Of course, if you don't know the chords, how can you follow the chords? So this is a more sophisticated blues form here, and we're first going to check out the chords, and then what you can play along with those. Okay, so let's get started. All right, guys, this blues is in A, and it's an 8-bar blues with the following chords. A7 to A13. I'm first going to play quickly through, then show you the chords. Let's do like this. 2 bars A. 2 bars of 1 bar D. Now D sharp diminish. A. F sharp minor. B7, and then a regular turnaround. So it's as I said, it's an 8-bar blues. First 2 bars, as I said, A7 to A13, with the open A string. Here, 5th, 6th fret, A7 to A13. Then 1 bar D9, that will be this one here. Here, 5th, 4th, 5th, 5th, to D7. I would play, if you want to play the original rhythm guitars with finger picking. And now comes a tricky one. D sharp diminished. Here, 6th fret, oopsie, 5th fret on the G string and 7th fret on the D and on the B string. Then we go to A7 half bar, to F sharp minor, to B9, here, second, first, second, to A7, E7. And then a regular turnaround with A7 half bar to D9 half bar to A7 and to E7 half bar. So this is now the form, 8 bars. You need to really know the thing by heart. Best just to play it through, okay? I'm gonna play it along with the track that you see how it works once, and then we go to the soloing, which is probably more interesting for most of you guys. and so on. So this was now the blues form. I switch now to lead sound. Then we go to the more cool stuff. So what shall we play now along with this track? The easiest way would be the normal thing, just play the A blues scale. You can do that, of course, nothing against that, but I always bring this joke. It's like with the pizza. If you always want pizza margharita, that's cool, it will stuff you, but probably after 1, 2, 3 years you have enough of pizza margharita, you want something else on your pizza. That's what we're talking about here. So what are the other ingredients which can be used here? I would recommend here an additional scale, the A minor. We have the A minor blues scale, also the A major blues scale. That would be this one here. In this position, it's the major pentatonics with the approach note. The approach note is the qualm of the blues. Why is this the qualm of the blues? Because you're gonna see afterwards, it's that which makes this thing bluesy. This approach note is what makes a major scale sound bluesy. You could also play mixolydian, but today we're not talking about mixolydian, but it will be the same thing. You can do the approach either with just playing or with bending. Half tone bending or quarter tone bending is also cool. We will check it out. So, played in this position. You can also make the bending. Or you can put the minor pentatonics down 3 steps, 3 frets. Same thing. The blues scale. In this case, now the approach note is exactly the blue note, but we're not starting here on the F sharp, we're starting here on the A. Okay, so we have these 2 scales. Now comes the thing, when shall we play what? And that's a good question. For sure, you can play both scales everywhere except, now it comes, on the D, because there... no, let's go step by step. Let's do it this way, it's probably easier. Okay, what I would recommend, you open up the 2 bars with A, with the major pentatonic with the blues scale, like, and the most used opening phrase is this. You start on the approach note, hammer on, and then probably resolve like this. Probably again. Also here. Again here the approach note. That sounds really cool. Let's do the opening phrase here with the track. And now the chord already changed, so we don't have time for the second one. We do that afterwards. Now comes the D. When you take the D7, you see the blue note or the approach note is really highlighted. Also, these 2 notes. This is like an arpeggio of the So we are playing around these notes, okay? Also, especially these three notes, they work for the D sharp diminished. If you add the D sharp, we have a D sharp diminished arpeggio. It's really simple. And if you highlight that, it's going to sound awesome. I'm going to show you. Now we go to see. What I did after the D diminished, I played and ended up here in the F sharp, which is where the chord F sharp comes. That's what I mean, you need to know where you're going in this case. You don't have to play many notes, but you need to know the chords which are coming along the way. And that's really important. I know a lot of blues players, they don't think so much. They just play along and probably play out of their guts, and it works really good with minor pentatonics. And as I said, it works on this one as well. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just we don't want to have the pizza margherita all the time. That's what I'm saying. If you like pizza margherita, then you can stop watching me. If not, you should continue watching me. Yeah. So, as I said, we're going here to the F sharp. And then to make, let's put some anchovies on the pizza now. Then I added a minor blues lick, this one here. Simple one, the standard one here. Borrow in the fifth, rake, pull off 8 to 5, 8, 5, 5, 8. And this just pushes you in a total different world. And then you come back to, and then you're back onto this. It's really cool stuff, guys. I'm gonna play the whole thing again for you with some explanations. And on the final turnaround is A7 to D7 to A to E. There you can also play the minor blues scale, and especially this lick is really important, which leads to the last chord E7. Yeah, so that's basically the concept. You play the major blues pentatonic on A, then you switch to highlighting the approach note on the D. On the D sharp diminished, you just play the diminished arpeggio. Well, you just use this here. And then you play again the major blues scale. And on the B7, there you switch quickly to the minor pentatonics, and then maybe first of the turnaround you play major blues pentatonics again. And on the last bar you switch to minor pentatonics, and then you have a really cool pizza together. You could also take a calzone if you want. That's cool too. Just put in put in these scales. Let's show you now. See, now in the second course I quickly switched to minor pentatonics with the regular stuff, and now suddenly it comes as something additional, which is not the same as before. Or you can start simple with the minor pentatonics and then switch in the second chorus to what I just showed. That also works. Let's do that. You start simple with minor pentatonics. Now we switch to the other thing. Now you see. Hey guys, that was sophisticated blues guitar. I really want to show how you can widen up your horizon on the guitar, on the blues guitar, by just switching between two scales. And the trick is you have to know where you are, you know. There are many different blues forms out there. I've selected this one here because it really highlights these changements a lot. But there are a lot of different blues forms, like jumping at shadows also switches between two different scales, and many others. So just figure out, and it always works with those two. If it's a blues and it works with different type of chords, it will always work with those two scales I showed, the minor blues scale and the major blues pentatonics. It always works, okay? The trick is know the chords. After a while you know when you can use which scale, and then you switch between. When you play minor pentatonics all the time, I mean, it's cool, nothing against it, but if you can do the other thing and then you use the minor pentatonic as a method of getting the traditional blues style, and then switching to the other one, then you have two different layers which you can use, and it's really great because then you can just switch. And if you solo like for 3, 4, 5 choruses and you don't know what to do, because minor pentatonic, you know how it is, after you play the few licks, then that's it. What else can you do? You can go the high position, low position, whatever. You can play fast, whatever you want, but it's somehow, and this gives you the extra booster. Let's call this the extra booster, the extra sophisticated blues booster, and this really works out. Yeah. Yo guys, if you want to download the backing track and the solo which I played, I'm going to tab out something for you. It's available in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. Chords are there too. Just join there with a premium membership account. Also join with a basic membership account and start discussions with me or others there, and just follow my work more in detail. This is my only social media thing which I'm doing regular now. Yo, what else to say? If you love my channel, please subscribe. Please also share to all your other friends. Help me to let it grow, really, because the more traffic I have here, the more stable the whole thing gets here. Because a lot of people think, this guy doesn't need help. You always need help to that things start growing. It works for everybody. Yeah. Good. Me and Dr. Pink are saying goodbye for today. See you some other time.